Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World, and today we're in Paris, France. And today we're going to answer a question that's been coming up a lot lately in a lot of the travel forums I've been seeing, and the people have been writing to us. And that question is it safe to travel Europe? You know, with the horrible attacks and massacre and stuff that happened in Paris last year, and the bombings in Brussels, and the sexual assaults in Germany and Scandinavia, and people are worried, and you should be worried when the news are talking about these things, because these are horrible occurrences that have happened here, tragedies that have happened here. And the thing is, when you're going to go travel, you got to realize this: most likely these things are not going to happen to you. Okay, do not think that, oh, because it happened, it will happen to you. That's one of the biggest things out there, is don't confuse the probability of attack for the likelihood that you are going to be affected. And the thing is, that's what you have to do to kind of get over the hurdle, because it is scary. I know when the attacks happened, we were watching it live in November, and we're like, oh my God, I mean, what's going on there? The horrible things that happened, and it scared us. But we still came to Paris because it's a beautiful city, and the wonderful people and the wonderful everything here in Paris. We want to show our support. And the thing is, it gets us to go through that is, okay, if you start to stay inside, say, well, it might be a terrorist attack that's going to get me, then are you going to send your kids to school because there might be another school shooting? Are you going to go get in your car because 1 in 20,000 chance you're going to get killed in a car accident or something like that? These are things you got to look at, is that probability of it. That's what helps you kind of get over the fear, because you got about a 1 in 20 million chance that you're going to get, killed in a terrorist attack when you travel, whereas you have a 1 in 20,000 chance of being killed in a car accident. So I know that doesn't really help you, but if you look at the numbers are on your side, but it doesn't help with how you feel in here. So one of the things I recommend you do is, before you travel, make sure you do your research. Are you going places that there could be problems, that there are alerts or warnings? And what you got to do is go on the State Department's website. What travel alerts are out there? What travel warnings are out there? Because there is a difference. A travel alert is like, hey, heads up, what's going on? A travel warning is, hey, we think something's going to happen, like now, so be really super careful, don't go. Look at those things, research that before you go. And the thing is, it's not just terrorist attacks you need to research about, knowing what parts of towns to visit, what parts of towns not to visit. Why is it that this hotel is so much cheaper than another one, or this area here? Well, it might not be a good part of town. So do your research before you go. And the thing is, when you start to do your research, you start to see, hey, what should I avoid? What should I not do? Things like that. It really starts to calm some of your fears. But I'm not going to say it's going to eliminate your fears, but it will help in some respects, okay? So realize that the probability is very low, and if you do your research, it can kind of help you kind of feel better about things. But the thing is, with these attacks, there's no telling where it's going to happen and stuff like that. So it is kind of a scary thing. And the thing is, what happens is, a lot of people, what they do is they get so worried about a terrorist attack or something like that, that they don't think about the smaller things. Like people not wearing their seatbelts when they're in the taxis. The biggest killer of Americans abroad are car accidents. So don't forget to take the small precautions when you're looking at these big things out there. What is more likely going to hurt you? Hey, getting the pickpocketing or a car accident and stuff like that. Pay attention to those things that you can control versus things you cannot control. Now, if you're looking at things that you can do to kind of help yourself be safer, we have tons of videos on how to travel safe, and they're in the links below in our things. But some of the basic things is, don't make yourself stand out. Don't be advertising where you're from in big t-shirts, or your shoes can give you away, and don't be the loud American with lots of bling on and things like that. Take the right precautions that you would take anytime you would travel to help make yourself less of a target. Because if you make yourself out there, make yourself this big, hey, here I am kind of thing, you make yourself more likely to be not necessarily a terrorist attack, but just a robber or a thief or a pickpocket. Those kind of things can happen. And other things you look at, if you're going to be in areas where there's going to be a big group of people, big tourist attractions, always be paying attention. Just don't be loitering around in different places, because those are the areas people are more likely to go for, is when there's a lot of tourists around. So you want to be really, take precautions. That's why when you are traveling, stay aware. Trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, it's okay to say, you know what, I'm not going to go to this site today. Maybe nothing happens, but you know what, if you don't feel right, you're going to be worried about that, say something. The police in Europe are on the lookout for these things, and it takes all of us to have our eyes open. Do I hear something? Do I see something? Let the police know to help, make things safer for everybody. And with that, think of the simple precautions like you usually have. You know, when you're at the airport, you don't take bags for people. Don't watch people's bags for them. Oh, I've got to go to the bathroom. Hey, I'm sorry, man. You take your stuff with you. You got to make sure you're doing those things that you wouldn't do any other times. You know, you're not taking packages from people you just met, and you're not watching their things, and you're not, you know, those kind of things, simple things like that you want to watch out for. And the thing is, if you are scared and this is really bothering you, talk to somebody, go see your doctor. Maybe they can give you medicine with your anxiety, or do your research. Or you know what, if you really don't feel comfortable, postpone your trip and do it another time when you can really enjoy it if you're too afraid. Because I'm not saying don't matter what, go. If you don't feel comfortable for anything, you shouldn't go, okay? But just know that we're here to support France, we're here to support Paris, we're here to support traveling in general, because this is a fantastic country. Europe is a great place to go to. Paris is a fantastic city, and we want to support this great energy and these great people, this great continent, with our travel dollars and our traveling and our support and our love for this place. And we hope you will too, because it is still a great place to travel. Europe, is it safe? Yes, it is safe. You will be fine. Don't worry. Now, is there a chance bad things can happen? Yes, but bad things can happen everywhere, okay? So don't let that control your life and control your travel. Do your research so you see if you feel better or worse about coming, and then you make the decision. Because you know what? We made the decision to come, and it's been a great trip here in France, and we'll be back again soon enough. So I hope that helps calm some of your nerves, or at least give you some more information. If you want to learn more about our safety tips for normal traveling, things like that, you know, on the train or when you're backpacking and things like that, check us out on our website at woltersworld.com. We're also on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and we really appreciate your likes and subscriptions. And we hope you have a great time traveling anywhere in the world where you're going to be. And we really hope you have a safe travel, okay? So we'll see you later, and au revoir from Paris. Bye.